For days, reporters had been waiting. Cameras were allowed only outside the building, but even from there, you could feel the tension thickening like humidity before a storm. Every journalist sensed something was coming. Every attorney traded quiet theories, and every spectator wondered whether Kelly Ripa would finally address the mounting controversy with her own words. The lawsuit had exploded into national attention, and speculation had become so immense that the courthouse felt less like a legal venue and more like the final act of a global drama. And when Kelly finally rose to speak, everything stopped. Even the shuffling from the back rows dissolved. A hush settled over the room, almost ceremonial. If there is one thing people often say about Kelly Ripa, it's that her presence is far larger than her frame. She doesn't rely on theatrics. She doesn't need to raise her voice. Her strength lies in an unmistakable steadiness, one that has carried her through decades in the public eye. The moment she stood, people instinctively straightened. Her posture was poised, her expression calm, and her movements deliberate. It felt as if she hadn't rehearsed a single moment, yet was somehow prepared for all of it. One witness later said it was like watching a masterclass in grace under pressure. Even the judge, who had presided over countless hearings, leaned in slightly, sensing something meaningful was about to unfold. Kelly began with a single, simple sentence, one that landed harder than anyone expected. She said that truth isn't shaped by the noise surrounding it, but by the courage of those willing to stand behind it. Her voice was soft, but the impact was immediate. The words sliced through the confusion and assumptions swirling around the lawsuit. She spoke gently but firmly about how rumors, commentary, and outside narratives had threatened to overshadow the facts. She reminded the courtroom that public pressure is not proof, and that fear should never outweigh fairness. Her tone was calm, but her message was fierce. People held their breath because they knew they were witnessing a moment that would echo far beyond that room. As Kelly continued, she shifted from the details of the case to the principles beneath it. She spoke about the responsibility to protect those without a platform, those whose voices are drowned out when public attention becomes a spectacle. She emphasized that justice should not serve the powerful, nor the loudest, but the vulnerable, the ones with the most to lose. One observer later described her words as surgical. Kelly wasn't attacking, she wasn't defending, she was clarifying. She was cutting through the chaos and putting the focus back where it belonged. And that clarity was exactly what the case had been missing. When Kelly finished, the room remained still, as if the air itself needed a moment to catch up. No applause, of course. This was a courtroom. But the silence felt like a standing ovation. You could sense the respect. The judge looked reflective. Attorneys exchanged looks, some impressed, some unsettled by how decisively she'd reframed the entire conversation. Even the journalists in the back hesitated before writing their first words. They weren't just covering a legal update. They had witnessed a moment of truth. And like all genuine moments of truth, it lingered. Kelly's statement spread quickly, through news reports, through commentary, through social media. Legal experts praised her for restoring dignity to a situation that had been slipping toward spectacle. Many described her words as a reset button, pulling the focus back to evidence, ethics, and moral responsibility. Looking back, this moment may become one of the defining scenes, not only of the lawsuit, but of Kelly Ripa's public life. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was honest. Her clarity cut through the noise. Her conviction reminded people what justice should stand for. And by the time she took her seat, she hadn't just defended truth, she had revived it. Thank you for watching this in-depth breakdown of one of Kelly Ripa's most powerful public moments. If you'd like more videos like this, make sure you subscribe right now. Your support helps us continue bringing you the most insightful stories from around the world. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay inspired, because moments like this deserve to be remembered.